What is aware? What is it that's aware of the sound of this voice? What's aware of the sensations? That which is aware is God, is the absolute, experiencing itself. This is a sensory experience for God to make love to itself through everything, every sound, every feeling, touching, tasting, hearing, seeing. And just like wearing a VR headset, it's not really happening. It's just a mental projection. You're God imagining this, you're God dreaming this. There's just being aware of sensations. And it's one, just like having a daydream, imagining a world, imagining characters. How could you be separate from it? It's your mind. It's all you. And this felt sense of aliveness, this felt sense, I exist, I am, this sentience, this energy that's always there, this beingness that never leaves you despite the thoughts and the changing appearances in the dream, that which is always there, that's aware of the coming and going, of what's appearing and disappearing, of all the impersonal sensations arising in you as pure consciousness, you as the absolute, the infinite, is untouched by what's appearing to happen. Just like watching a movie. At the movie theater, you're not in the movie. You're watching the movie. You're entertained by it. So this felt sense, I am, without words, without thought, it's non-conceptual, non-computational, this conscious presence, this pure beingness, this pure isness that's indistinguishable, it's inseparable. Without thought, it just is. Just pure beingness is all there is. And it can be obvious you don't exist as a character. You're not what you thought you were. You're the pure absolute, the pure awareness, imagining all the characters, imagining everything seen, appearing as everything seen. The observer is the observed, observing itself, making love to itself through every sensation, just like closing your eyes. This is a sensory experience. There's just sensations arising in pure spaciousness. And it can be obvious that being aware of the sensations, you can reflect onto the sensations, you can reflect back onto yourself as being aware of being aware, and you can see that you're unaffected by what's appearing to happen, you're untouched. You're invincible, you're immortal. And what is this without being aware of it? It wouldn't appear to exist. You are the source of it. It relies on you as awareness. You are existence itself. So whatever you're aware of, you give rise to. You are the existence. And all of this is illusion. These icons in consciousness are not conscious, like the body is not conscious. If I'm aware of my body, I'm not the body. If I'm aware of the character, I'm not the character. If I'm aware of the mind, I'm not the mind. I'm prior to it, I precede it, I'm the source of it. And it can't appear to exist without me. So it's all awareness. That's all there is. It can't be separate. That which you're aware of can't appear to exist without you. It is awareness. All there is awareness. So in this silence, in this felt sense, I exist without words, without thought. It's too obvious. So when it was becoming too obvious here, I noticed that I wasn't quite ready to not identify with the character anymore. It was too obvious I wasn't the character, but I wasn't quite ready, so I was trying to have a thought to distract me, to resist a thought or to have a problem to solve or something to worry about so that I could cover up that I'm this infinite potential. I'm no thing. I'm not the character. That was getting too obvious, and so then that awareness of that awareness of using those resisted thoughts and problems to solve and worries to cover this up was game over, because I couldn't be fooled anymore. So when I became aware of that, it was game over. And then it's seen that everything is me. I'm imagining all of this, not separate from this. That I wanted to identify with the character. I wanted to get lost in my dream so that I could see what it was like to have a human experience when I'm not human, when I'm invisible and formless and infinite, no thing, without qualities. I wanted to get lost in the dream. I wanted to know what it was like to be born and die and be mortal and think this was real. So it was all so beautiful. Whatever's appearing to happen is what's being longed for. Is God experiencing what it's like to be? What is it like to be everything? Every perspective, every potential. And focusing on the feeling, the sensation, without thought, is the absolute seeing itself in the mirror. So it dissolves everything. Focusing on the feeling, if there's something resisted or if there's a pain in the body or anything. Focusing on the feeling without thought. Being aware of it. Awareness sees itself in the mirror. It bounces off of the sensation of pain. What's aware of the sensation of pain? It sees itself. The absolute is not in pain. Doesn't need anything. Isn't even in the dream. So just like wearing the headset, you're outside of time and space. You're beyond it. Looking at the illusion of time and space. You're not even in the body. There are no bodies. Just like the VR headset, it's an illusion. It's holographic. It's a mental projection. It's imagined. So just like having a daydream of characters, bodies, scenarios, stories. How could you be separate from it? You're the one imagining it. And when it's all you, there's no resistance. So any thought or any sensation, it's not happening to me, it's just appearing and disappearing in the imagination. I'm untouched by it, appearing as it, making love to myself through every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every taste, every touch. It's a sensory experience, just like wearing the headset. It elicits these sensations, these qualities that are being felt, this visceral experience. And just like the color green can't be described, can only be experienced. This is just all being made love to by you as the infinite, the source of it. It never dies. It's eternal. Giving rise to whatever is appearing. And what's so cool is like awareness is always aware of something. It's always aware of something. Always paying attention to something. So when it's outwardly focused, it's the mind. When it's inwardly focused, it's the absolute seeing itself. Being aware of being aware. But focus outward, the absolute being relative, having a relative experience, and get lost in the dream by focusing on the sensations, getting lost in the sensations. So like wearing the VR headset, pure awareness, being aware of the avatar, can easily identify as the avatar. So like wearing the VR headset and thinking that you're the avatar in the headset and that you're mortal, finite. Paying attention to all of the sensory experiences, thinking that it's happening to you as the avatar. But just like in the VR headset, when the avatar dies, you don't die. You're the one wearing it. This pure awareness, it's eternal, never dies. But getting lost in the dream just for fun. So pure awareness, being aware, whatever it's aware of, it becomes, it is. It can get lost in the thoughts and identify with it, thinking it's real, kind of like believing in the boogeyman. But that's all playful, it's just for fun. It's what you want. Wanted to get lost in the dream, wanted to know what it was like to be human, to be mortal. What is it like to wake up from the dream? That can be experienced when you first got lost in the dream. You'd have to get lost first to appear to find yourself again. All playfully, all for fun. What is it like to not wake up from the dream? But if you're watching this, you're already awake, this is a resonance. It's already done. It's already done. You already know all of this. You already know that you already know that you're the infinite. So that initial resistance to identifying with the dream or thinking it was real is the catalyst to waking up, just like the nightmare at night. That's what wakes you up from the dream. Because you already know that You're the pure awareness, the absolute wearing the headset. You're not in the headset. You're not in the dream. You're not in the body. You're imagining the bodies, imagining the characters. So it's already done. It's already realized. There's nothing that needs to be done. There can innocently be a thought, this isn't it, which has the resonance of doubt. And then the resonance of doubt attracts other thoughts that bring evidence to back it up, or the imagination abstracts, renders the evidence of the resonance. But what is that without a thought? It's just a thought. What's aware of the thought? That which is aware of the thought is the source of the thought, is God, that's already free, that doesn't have a story, that doesn't have a name, that doesn't have qualities. Appearing is infinite qualities. Appearing is the thought, this can't be it. And then when it's not resisted, it's seen through, it's felt without thought. Even that, the feeling of the thought, this isn't it, it dissolves. And what you ignore disappears. What you pay attention to, you give rise to. And what you resist persists, because it's one, it's singular. So when that thought's allowed to be, this isn't it, and it's welcomed home, it disappears. And what is it without a thought? It hits the target. The silence between thoughts, this pure beingness, the screen from which thoughts arise, this emptiness from which everything appears. That's what you are. And what's being looked for is that which is aware of the looking, which is the looking. So it's everything. It's everything. It's getting lost in the dream, identifying as the avatar in the VR headset. It's the identification with me being subject, object, and separate. It's the thought, it's got to be somewhere else. It's got to be objective. It's the realizing I'm that, I am that, which is aware of that thought, this can't be it. And the looking appeared to cover up that I am everything. I can't be found because I am that which is looking. I hid from myself by looking for myself. It's already done. It's already this. It's already awakened. It's already cognized. It's already realized. It's already self-evident. It can't be realized because it already is. Wow. And it's just one God talking to itself in the imagination. And this isn't even happening. And what is this without a thought? Yay. Feel free to reach out for a one-on-one call if you like. It's just one talking to itself, talking about what it already knows. The link is in the description of where to contact. I love you.